All right. We're back from our small break here. Tonight, I mean, it's a very special Beyond the NFT. We're honored to have so many legendary beasts joining us on this call tonight. So, before I thought we had three individuals coming, but we've multiplied, and I'm all for this. I love this. So, joining us tonight, we have Kanessa, Dr. Drip, Make a NFT, MetaBeast. We have Rustan, and of course, joining us is the boss man himself, founder of A Kid Called Beast, Raspy. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I guess I'll go down the line a little bit just real quick for all of you to say hello. So I'll start with Kanessa. Mike is yours.
Hey, what's going on? How's everybody doing?
Hey, hey. Dr. Drip.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Yo, this is gonna be dope. Ralph, thanks for coming. I've been watching you cook, and I'm really excited for what's planned for A Kid Called Beast.
Thank you so much.
And we also got host of the Meta Beast roaming party, Make a NFT.
Hey, family DCL. What a victory. Today we all get to be beasts thanks to Rustan Drip and, of course, the legend Raspy. Couldn't do it without everybody in this room who helped bring the beast to life. And I'm incredibly grateful, Raph, for everything you've done for us. AKCB for life.
Likewise.
And also joining us is our good friend MetaBeast, aka One Exists. How are you doing today?
Hello, all. Hope everyone's well. This is freaking amazing. It's Raspy and the team have done so much amazing things and continue to do so. And seeing the different community projects and stuff that happen, not only like this, and if people haven't seen West Ghost on the timelines and Twitter, make sure you look him up too. He's got some concerts coming out as well. So, yeah, love the updates too, Raspy. Appreciate those very much.
Of course.
Thank you, MetaBeast. And oh my God, Wes Ghost is one of those individuals that I would love to have on this show. Maybe one day in the future here soon. Let's pass it over to body painter and 3D artist, Rustan.
Yo. Very souped. Thank you very much, Stony Eye, for the killer Mofire Monday. Just warming up for what we have going tonight. I gotta say, like, I'm getting a little bit of the feels having everybody here and be on the NFT, because like the journey that we all went through, bringing the balaclavas into Decentraland, and then now finally able to drop the skins for the super exciting drop of the toys, which has been nothing but spectacular. Thank you, Raspy, for being one of the greatest founders of a collectible in Web3, and we are pumped to celebrate that tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Honored to celebrate with you guys.
Of course. And Raspy, I mean, sorry I jumped the gun there, dude, because like I was just so excited to introduce you, welcome you here to Beyond the NFT. Yeah, just pass the mic over to you. You're welcome to introduce yourself, say a little, talk about what you do, maybe some hobbies, say hello, and yeah, mic is yours.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I'm Raspy. Started this Kid Called Beast project close to 3 years ago now, I think. It was a passion project that me and a group of friends started. Something we wanted to do just for ourselves. Something that was like, we didn't really know what it was going to be. We just had this vision to create this like character and this kind of universe built around this character. And yeah, it turned into this like insane thing now where we've got like 3D models and 3D assets and toys, and we're working on a video game, some music related stuff too. It's yeah, it's been fun. It's been really exploratory. My role in the project is, I guess, founder slash like Swiss Army knife. I kind of do a little bit of everything and just try to keep everything together and keep things from imploding. And yeah, I love working on this. I love meeting all the different people, and yeah, I put a lot of passion into this project, and it's good to see things finally like materializing and coming together in a big way.
And I mean, your work, your efforts towards your work speaks for itself. I mean, it's very rare in this Web3 space to have a founder that is what would be the word? Like, I mean, I want to say like trustworthy, but like, you're a solid dude. You've been solid this entire time since I personally picked up on the project. Even before I bought my first beast, I was looking towards the project, and mainly looking towards you and what Sazi was doing, Juan, and kind of like seeing the leadership there, seeing that there was actually things happening. You guys cared about the people around you. Oh, and let me not forget about Mimi. Mimi has been a star within the Kid Called Beast community. And yeah, just have to show you a lot of love, have to commend you, and give you your roses for that. So I mean,
Thank you.
about 3 years deep into the project, we have so far there have been the release of the originals, the Genesis beasts, and then we have the Bit beasts. Did you want to jump in there, Make?
Yeah, I'm happy to jump in.
Uh,
I mean, was I jumping in on purpose? Because I wasn't jumping in on purpose.
Oh, okay. I thought you were jumping in on purpose. I heard you say something in the background. I was like, oh. Well, no worries, Meg. No worries. I don't want you put you on the spot like that. But anyway, like, I guess it's a good time to kind of kick off the topic of tonight's celebration. I believe it was July 23rd or around July 23rd. Kid Called Beast released the first edition of your vinyl toys. And from being in the project, I know that the beasts, the toys have been kind of a topic of interest. People have been long awaiting the toys. And I guess just to kick off the conversation, it's I guess my first question would be, what inspired the decision to go with the toy route?
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, looking at the character, I mean, we crazy not to do a toy, right? I mean, the character to me is like, it embodies like so many unique kind of characters out there from, I guess, like a lot of our childhoods. Like it has like the characteristic traits of like a Bart Simpson, like a Super Mario, Sonic the Hedgehog. It's got like all these, like, it's like a Mickey Mouse. It's got all like the kind of classic traits, but it's modernized in like a way that's kind of like got that cool kind of urban vibe to it. So it's like a lot more relatable. And then, obviously we added like representation for everybody. Like there's females, males, like skin tones, interests of pretty much any category you could be into, which makes the character very universally accepted by a lot of people, right? Like it just anybody can find themselves kind of in the character, their inner kid, so to speak. But yeah, we wanted to we always wanted to create like a vinyl figurine from like day one, and we didn't realize how difficult it would be to do. That was probably one of the most challenging things we've ever worked on. It literally took us almost the entire 3 years to get the toy looking how we wanted, with all the functionality and features that we wanted. We wanted to do a toy that was like better than all the vinyl toys that we found were out there at the in the moment, kind of solving a lot of the problems that we found with the vinyl toy industry along the way as well too, in terms of like authentication and counterfeits, right? Like that's something when you buy a collectible, something that is of value, something that is kind of precious to you, you want to be able to also authenticate your investment. I think anything that somebody collects or a keepsake, it's good to have some kind of proof of authenticity that you have the real deal from the original maker. I think that's important to a lot of people, and with the vinyl toy industry, they don't really have system for that that's kind of like in play at the moment. Like Cause was kind of the big eye opener for us for that, like the KAWS brand. Like there's knockoffs of those toys floating around all over the place, and so you don't really know if you're getting an authentic one or a real one. And if you do have a forgery, who do you go to authenticate whether it's a forgery or not? So that was kind of like a good tech problem for us to solve. So we created like authentication via NFC chips with an NFT that you can own as long as you own the toy. It's transferable to the last touch owner, basically. So if you were to ever sell it or give it to somebody else, the next person who taps the chip with their phone can claim that NFT and become the owner of that NFT. So cool little mechanism we came up with for like authentication. So you'll never have questions on whether or not your toy's genuine or not, and it's got like a server-based authentication too. So there's no way to even like forge the NFC chip. It's a new type of NFC chip, and it's like has its own kind of tech features that like does like a callback and a bunch of cool little kind of things that are like happening underneath I guess behind the scenes, which is I think really, really cool. So we spent a lot of time on that. There's like an AR unboxing feature as well too. So if you scan a QR code, like the box itself will like shake in your camera on your phone. Mm-hmm. Like there's a little beast inside trying to get out of the box. That's awesome. And then of course, the vinyl toy itself, like it's got posable joints. It was a hell to get to the point where we are. I went through 17 manufacturers in total.
Wow.
Getting samples from each one. And just testing to see who could provide us the absolute best sample. From there, we went to the mold stage where we got a vinyl mold created, which is like a steel injection mold. It was a super expensive and time-consuming process. And then after that, it was about going through the Pantone color book and nailing the colorways and going back and forth till we got all the colorways as close to the JPEG renderings as possible. And we did like a bunch of revisions. Quality tested everything as well too. The box took, I think, 7 manufacturing companies, so we could find a company that could make the box the way we wanted it with the chain and everything assembled. It was a long process, a lot of planning, a lot of moving parts, like between like the manufacturers for the chains, the manufacturers for the boxes, the manufacturers for like the vinyl inserts that go inside the box. There was a separate manufacturer for the little miniature ski masks that went into the toys. The vinyl toy manufacturer themselves. What else? I think I got to be missing something as well too. The foam insert manufacturer as well too. So we had to laser cut the foam so that would fit the toys separately for the male and the female models. And then we had another company that did the electroplating for the gold editions as well too. So it was like a lot of different vendors, a lot of different moving parts, combining everything and assembling everything. And then last but not least, making sure that we had people on the ground at the actual factory to oversee everything so that we weren't just taking the manufacturer's word for everything. We had like our own people inspecting everything. And then, and then making sure everything got delivered to a global distribution warehouse so that we could ship the toys all around the world as cheaply and as quickly as possible. Because that's, always been kind of a big challenge with shipping goods. A lot of people think to ship from the United States, which is actually like probably the worst idea ever when it comes to like logistics for both time and for speed. And then customs also becomes a big issue that way too. So we got it's actually
I've shipped overseas. It's brutal, and I stopped shipping my books internationally because of that.
Yeah, so it's like really funny because in my city, in Calgary, it's in Canada. It's more expensive for me to ship one of these vinyl toys from my home to someone else in my city than it is to ship from overseas to them, which is insane. Like a local, like in same city shipping costs more, and it will take, it'll be a little faster, obviously, because it's coming from the same city. But it costs more to do that than to ship from other parts of the world. So we found a kind of a middle point in Asia where we have like a warehouse where they know how to like assemble the packages and do everything. So we deal with them every day. Where like we have like an open line of communication where we have like a chat, And anytime there's like any kind of issue or any kind of customs clearance that we need to do, we're just like on it. So yeah, it's really good system. Took a long time to set everything up, but now that it's done, it's like we did something that a team our size like shouldn't have been able to do. Like for such a small team to be able to do something that's this elaborate with like global shipping is like I can't believe we did it, to be honest.
The cool thing now is seeing people post their unboxings, and you can see the quality in the videos, and it's obviously
we didn't cut any corners whatsoever. We're just like
patience paid off, and it's amazing. I can't wait to get mine. I'm hoping it comes during this broadcast, but it probably won't.
Yeah, every little component of it was like it was always a split test. It was like there's two options to go between like quality. We always went with the premium option for everything. We're just like they're like it's gonna cost this much more. And we're like, okay, do it. Okay, it's gonna cost this much more. Okay, just do it. And we just kept basically following that process with every little kind of modification or improvement we could find to the toy over the last like 3 years until it's like it became what it is now. So I'm really, really happy with it. You know, there's still like after the fact some minor improvements that I think we can make to it. Like really minor, just like placement of things inside the box. But like overall I'm really happy with the outcome. I think it's like an incredible vinyl toy, incredible collectible. I think it's gonna make so many people happy. And it just looks freaking amazing sitting on a shelf, you know, or like on a desk, like wherever people decide to put it. I think it's like gonna be like one of those like really cool, memorable keepsakes for people.
Also, I have to mention, like my wife she works in package design for a toy company, and I have to know how cool the packaging is with the little chain that you added. Like that's such a cool idea, and not a lot of companies put that much thought into their packaging, and I know that's something that my wife would appreciate big time.
Yeah, the box design actually, it came to me in a dream. Like as corny as weird as that sounds, I literally was like trying to problem solve how we're gonna do the chains in the box for like a really long time. I was like stressing out over like how are we gonna do this? Like I couldn't come up with a good way, and I literally had the little kind of setup and mechanism for how the box was designed just show up to me in a dream. And I literally woke up from the dream, I ran to my computer, I opened up Blender, and I just like while it was still fresh in my mind just designed it like 4 or 5 in the morning. Like I just woke up randomly, and yeah, it was like the craziest thing. I've never had that happen to me with any kind of like product I've ever developed. Like just getting the idea in a dream and then waking up and designing it, like brute forcing it on Blender at like 4 in the morning, and it turned out perfect. And it's just like it was just brilliant way to have set it up. Like we used one chain to create the kind of the illusion of multiple chains crossing over the package, so it was kind of efficient and not complex, and it's very secure. The way it's set up too, like the way we like plastic wrap the entire thing too, it prevents the box from being scratched during transport. So it was just like, yeah, everything just kind of worked out all around. Like it was very meant to be.
Hey, my brother. I gotta tap in here. First and foremost, from day one to where we are now.
I know, right?
Like literally legit day one to like running around our first step in spatial to the grind that was bringing the beast into Decentraland through all the changes. I can't thank you from the Decentraland community, from me, from Rustan enough for sticking with us and believing we could do this. And I just want everybody in Decentraland to know, as much as, you know, whether you're a beast or you're wearing a beast, the incredible gratitude I hold for you, first of all, but also for believing that we could get this done so we could fix some of the issues.
Do you know how I knew? Do you know how I knew you guys would be able to get it done?
Yeah, I'd love to know.
Because we're beasts.
We are MF beast, brother. But I
gotta. Sorry, go ahead.
I just want to let Decentraland know that the process of bringing the beast in before the linked wearable change, before the change, was an incredibly intense process. The way we did it to make sure every single beast could use their balaclava to choose to be male or female, to choose to match your colors. And Raph stuck by us through some of the hardest times Even when we had roadblocks, even when when we found out, and this is the big one, that we had to do the dev work, and we chased the dragon like no other. Your belief in us, and for you to lend literally your devs to bring the beast into DCL is something that I will hold on to for the rest of my life, and I will stand by your shoulders. And I just want Decentraland to know what it took to happen, and that, family, we are beasts because people believe in us. The founder down, they show up for us, and for that, we show up for you, my brother, and you got us forever, and I'm incredibly grateful.
Appreciate you.
I have to add to that. For that first round with the AKCB devs was linked wearables version 1, and that was the original way of doing linked wearables in Decentraland, which was very complex, and it was voted by the users of Decentraland to set that up. And in order to get that to that point, you had to be voted into Decentraland to be allowed to have a linked wearable. And then literally like 3 months after we successfully pulled that off, they opened up linked wearables version 2, which was just like a whole other challenge for Make and I pretty much took that on ourselves, and that was a huge endeavor. But the cool thing about it is that A Kid Called Beast balaclavas are the very first linked wearables on the version 2 setup, and I'm very proud of that. I want to also shout out the person that got me into A Kid Called Beast, and that was Nay, good old Nay from back in the day. I remember seeing her collect the beast at Mint, and I saw her beast, and I remember thinking like, wow, that is a beautiful PFP asset. I want one, but it was way out of my budget. So I'm thankful for the bear market to allow me to get on board and become a part of what I consider one of the best communities in Web3. And I'm super grateful to Make for pushing me hard enough, because he is, undeniably motivated. He pushed me enough to work with him to get this done, and he loves to like give me all the flowers, but it really is everybody on this panel that played a role in getting the balaclavas and now the skins to celebrate the toys into Decentraland, and have you all here virtually rocking them all and streaming live to the world on all sorts of platforms. And it's just such an exciting thing.
And I'll just add, just so everybody understands, MetaBeast, aka One Existence, wrote the initial proposals. Kanessa and him sat with me through every part of the process. The textures you guys see today on all those assets are because of Dr. Drip, and he came back in for Generation 2 to do it again. And listen, it takes a tribe to make things happen, and it takes people who believe in people. Just like us, we all believe in Decentraland, and they believed in us. So today we welcome you all to enjoy being beasts in Decentraland. But just know there were thousands, legit 1,000 working hours to bring the beast into DCL, and I'm grateful for every one of those hours, and I'm grateful to you all who show up and support the family. So today we're all beasts, and we all out here because of Raspy. Thank you. Let's change the fucking world, family.
Yeah, I have to add to that. When we started switching linked wearables too, that was a huge speed bump, because we had to place each beast city. I forget what it's called now. The beast town, each type of balaclava into its own category, and we didn't have a list for which token was which beasthood. And I usually do everything by myself. I'm a big time loner, but I needed Make to help me through this. So Make and I sat for like 8 hours going through every single token in the Kid Called Beast community and verifying the token number and attaching it to the right beasthood so that each token would get the correct balaclava. I would have tried to do it by myself, but I know for sure I would have gone into autopilot and messed that up. And Make was there correcting every little minor mistake that I made every time I went into autopilot. And I have to say that as long and tedious as that was, it was a lot of fun. And we had moments finding beasts that we didn't know existed. And there are some really beautiful beasts in the collection. And that was cool. That's a memory. That's a tedious, tough memory that I'll never forget, that I love. So thank you, Make, for that.
Thank you, Rustan. And I gotta tell you all,
I'd like to say shout out to you, Make, too, for being the person that streamlined, headed it all, got the people that you needed to actually make it happen. I know it was a long process and frustrating at times. Shout out to those of the Kid Called Beast team that helped behind the scenes as well. A little bit of the Decentraland Foundation, and then everyone that voted too. Thank you for that.
Yeah, definitely everybody who voted.
Yep.
I really hope you
Also-
all take this opportunity not only to enjoy being with us, and we get it. NFTs are expensive, they're different, but just know everybody who's out here doing it, who out there rocking it, we do it for a reason. And we do it because we know great people stand around us. And we just really want you to enjoy being Beast tonight. And afterwards, you got a treat, family. Afterwards, you all ain't seeing what Raph does best, because believe it or not, the thing he's best at is probably being a musician and a DJ.
Got to mention too all the other cool wearables that have come since, the jackets for the Meta Roaming Beast parties, available to anyone who doesn't even hold a beast. All the cool things. Canessa just released last weekish, right? The coolest coffee mug emote, and I'm doing the emote right now in World. Most of the people in DCL participating right now probably have it, but I don't know if Rapsby's seen it, and it's just the first time I saw it, it made me chuckle. It's pretty awesome.
Yo, we gotta hook Raspy up with one of these emotes.
Yeah, that
sure.
was like 100%.
Oh, I'm down.
Shopping for the NFT that when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is an emote, and I like bought it to make the emote. So that one's a special one. And Miguel Amargo last week, he had the Bit Beast party. He's the one that made those digital assets for the emote. So yeah, it's really cool. I mean, I'm all about the IP and just what can I do with my IP. So that one, when I saw it, I had to have it, and hoping I can do more, because there's some, especially the Bit Beasts out there, there's some grails. Actually, I'll stop talking because don't buy them. I want them, but there's some grails on the floor. So thank you.
Yeah, I've been eyeing one myself. Not gonna lie, even though I already have a grail.
Okay, well, don't buy it because I want it.
Too late.
Too late. He's hitting buy now.
If I can ask a question about the toys.
Yeah, definitely.
So I've heard rumor that there's some other special utilities behind the toy, like something associated with the game. Can you confirm or deny? And if there is even more, are you able to share any info?
Yeah, so I mean, my goal is definitely to do something that unifies the toy universe and anything digital that we do. So that way it's kind of I always thought it'd be cool to have the toy not just be a cool, looking statue, but have some kind of functional purpose. We do have that NFC chip, right? And with the NFC, we can pretty much build any kind of feature or functionality, we want into the toy, whether it's a chat room that only people who have the toy can enter, for example. That's a possibility. Something related to the game, another possibility, right? We did that with an intention that we could future-proof whatever we do with the toy, and give us kind of an open canvas to create. As far as the game development goes, we don't have that feature or functionality at this time. But obviously, game development takes a while. We've been working on the game for just over a year, and the progress we're making is really insane for that year that we have been working on it. But yeah, future goal obviously is have some kind of cool functionality between game or real life, kind of combined through the use of that NFC chip. So yeah, we're pretty much just taking kind of one day at a time and not promising anything, just so that it's low stress and we can just kind of stay creative, stay motivated, and build cool stuff.
Well, I always tell people too, I said, if the team went away tomorrow, you guys have done so much. It, you know,
Yeah, that's the number one thing is
it's
I don't
just
want to
incredible.
I don't want to disappear from this project or just like, give up. I want to keep it going as long as I possibly can. So, yeah, we're just being kind of like smart about everything we do. We don't rush into things. We don't like I know like a lot of projects in the past would just like blow a bunch of money throwing parties and stuff that only like a few people in the world will be able to actually even enjoy. We're just being very conservative and just making sure that like a treasury is healthy so that we can like continue to do more, continue to be like, as sustainable as we possibly can, right? And turn this into something that like can be self-sustaining. Like it's not there yet, but I think like if we just keep kind of doing what we're doing, we will eventually cross that point where we're at like a net zero for being able to be sustainable, and then eventually be able to do more than that, even like more than net zero, where it's not just create stuff that works out as kind of a neutral from the perspective of like I guess a business. Yeah, you have to always like make sure that you are seeing some kind of return so that you can continue to do stuff, right? Otherwise you will eventually burn through your cash reserves and you'll have to cease operations or start to get really creative, right? We're in a luckily very healthy situation. Like we've been very conservative with funds. We're not overstaffing anybody we don't need. We're not spending any money on stuff we don't think will actually benefit the project in any way. So yeah, we just want to continue just kind of building cool stuff. Like I'm planning to keep doing this for at least the next 3-4 years.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Locked in. And Kanessa and Drip, did he answer your question that you had before the show within that answer?
I don't know. We want to know more about the game, about B-Side, like any alpha, we just want to know it all. Like I want to know when I can go in and like throw banana peels at somebody. I think you said something about that as a weapon in the past. So yeah, what's the game like?
Yeah, definitely. So it's like I would say the game's like a combination between like I guess like Fortnite meets like a Nintendo like Splatoon type title meets maybe Ratchet and Clank. If you're a gamer, you'll know kind of what I'm talking about. We're looking for like cartoony kind of slapstick weapons, things that aren't like ultra violent. We don't want like real life AK-47s and bullets and gore. We just want stuff that like anybody can enjoy at any age, and they're not gonna be like leave the game feeling traumatized. Stuff that's like still competitive, still like action orientated, has lots of colors and special effects, and like it gives you that amazing dopamine hit that all the greatest video games do, but like not in a way that is like traumatic or will like cause people to feel like violent thoughts. It'll be very like fantasy, fun, futuristic, cyber action all at once kind of. We've been working on this thing for a while. We just added 2 new weapons to the game today. We're planning to add 2 more. I'm currently working on sound effects. And like the level itself is pretty well designed. We built like a 5x5 block New York kind of city replica, like our own version of like a miniaturized New York City. It's massive. It takes you like 10 minutes to run from one side of the city to the other. It's like it takes a long time. It's huge. It's got a full pedestrian system, a traffic system. We built like a day and night cycle. And yeah, it's a multiplayer action game. You can run around and like currently, and we've done this like as a team before. We've had like 5-on-5s where 5 people per team just go and start mayhem in this make-believe city. Like shooting slime guns and frost launchers and like dynamite and all sorts of like fun cool weapons that we created. And yeah, we're just kind of like we're just at a stage where we're just kind of polishing things now. Like we got a nice user interface now. The multiplayer functionality works really well. And yeah, we're just kind of I'm adding sound to like a building. Like let's say it's like a restaurant. You have like a restaurant ambience, or like if it's like a shoe store or like a bank or a jewelry store, like anything you kind of find in a city, it has its own kind of feel and ambience to it. sound effects, so like footsteps, puddles, all the different things that people don't really think about, like when they're playing a game, like how much actually goes into. I never even really thought about it that well. I've been a gamer for like pretty well my whole life. You don't really think about like all the different sound effects and things that like create the immersion in a game. And so we're basically going through kind of all the motions. Like we're kind of at that last stage before we can start bringing people into alpha testing, where we're basically just putting in all the sound effects, polishing things up, fixing up little bugs. I hired on a new dev recently, so we got more workforce to be able to do things faster now, which is great. And yeah, we're just we built 15 maps ahead because we designed all the props and stuff already. So now we're at a pretty comfortable situation where we have 2 maps that are done for our alpha test when we do the alpha test, which I don't imagine will be too much longer. Like if I were to estimate it would probably be sometime in fall. Summer obviously it's things slow down a little bit because people have their lives and their families and stuff that they want to spend time with in the summer. So yeah, like everybody's kind of been on that page, but like we're still putting in 8 to 12 hours every day during the week. We're not grinding weekends all the time, I guess. I mean not everybody is, I guess. Yeah, it's coming together. It's been really fun. Like every week it's like a notable progress. And I try to post videos of like kind of cool things along the way. Like I treat my X account kind of like a personal journal in a way, like just to kind of like, I just kind of like, it's not necessarily like official news. It's just kind of like from how things are happening from my perspective, I guess. And I just like to kind of post stuff up so I can like look back and see like all the progress. Because there's days where for sure there's down days, like where you're like, this is a lot of work, and like I'm like, can I pull this off? Like, is this like, do you have the motivation to kind of continue? And then you backlog through the stuff you've done and you're like, yeah, I definitely can do this. Like 100%. Look how far I've come, So yeah, no, we've just been kind of like, just going through it, polishing it, taking our time, making sure we're not rushing it, and like making sure that the quality is like up to par. We've kind of been like really sticklers about making sure that we don't release things till they're really, ready. And like anybody who's been a part of like the Bibbeast drop and like the clothing drop and the skateboards and like the balaclavas and all the different releases that we've done, now the toys, like that we're not going to just like half-ass stuff. There's Web 3 is supposed to be better than Web 2, right? And we kind of want to maintain that ethos, like do things in an improved way, do things that are better than what people have been doing for a really long time, improve the things that we do by using tech in some way, whether it's like NFC chips or some kind of blockchain component, connectivity, giving people access to assets so they can sharing knowledge, not gatekeeping stuff. Like the AI side of things has been really interesting, and it's been really cool to have everybody share their knowledge with AI. It kind of spreads like wildfire, so that's been really, really cool. Yeah, it's just been organic, just kind of going with the flow. But I would estimate like fall we're going to be ready. We were supposed to be ready, I would say, like 4 months ago. But it's just, we just keep finding things that we're like, let's improve this, let's improve this, let's improve this. There's going to be a cutoff point, and I'm going to make the call on when that is. That's usually what happens, is like we just keep kind of going and polishing until we're just like, okay, we have to actually release this, because otherwise we'll never release this. And I'm usually the one that's just like, okay, we're cutting it off. Here's the deadline. We're doing it this day. And then everybody just kind of, we all rush and kind of just get our last ducks in a row to get stuff ready for release. Same thing's going to happen with this game. Like I want to have it ready for fall. Might be sooner. I mean, fall's just around the corner anyways. And then we still have the anime collection to do as well too. We got to figure out how to kind of position, those two things, because we don't necessarily want things to overlap either. We don't want to have like, the anime collection happening at the same time as the toys. We don't want the toys happening at the same time as the game. We want everything to have its time to shine, and it's time to be like a focal point and to be enjoyed by people, rather than doing everything all at once and then and having no gas left in the tank and feeling that there's long, like boring lulls of silence in between the building where you don't really get to enjoy stuff. We kind of like this new way of doing things where we don't just like unload everything that we have going on. We just kind of do things in phases, That way people have stuff to enjoy while we continue to work in the background, and it just keeps like a nice momentum going where there's always something cool happening.
Have a nice little pipeline going.
Yeah, it's really good. We finally, I figure like we're in a good place where it's like, if we just maintain what we're doing, things are gonna look really, really good for a kid called Beast.
I agree. So as you've been sharing about the game, I've been just showing some videos from the Kid Called Beast X account. Just videos of whoever Dev running around in world and using the jetpack, shooting some guns and stuff like that. I mean, it definitely look for an early edition, like not even beta tested yet or open to the public for tested yet. Like this is looking really good, and you definitely hit on those aesthetics, like you were saying, Ratchet and Clank, Fortnite. I'm even getting a like. I don't know. I'm getting a game that a vibe from a game that I can't think of right now. But dude, this looks amazing, and let's bring in Drip. Drip, did you have any further questions about the game or
No, I wanted to know when, and fall is sooner than I thought, so I'm really excited. I've been watching the Twitter videos too, and the quality looks really high fidelity. It was cool that we were able to bake down the textures to make them look good in Decentraland, but from the videos that I've seen, it just seems like really high quality textures, really high fidelity, movement, animation, physics. And so from what I've seen, I've really been, the anticipation is growing for me personally, and I think that I don't have a problem waiting. I think that the grand vision of having everything drop at once, having especially if components of it will interact with others, I think that when it all comes out, there will be plenty of fuel behind the audience that's going to receive it.
Yeah, I think like we got a really good setup right now. We have like 215,000 followers on Instagram, and 99% of them don't even know anything about the game we're working on. Most of them don't know about the toys yet. We're kind of like prepping everything and stealth launching things and just making sure that the Kid Called Beast community kind of knows about it first, because it's like a nice like kind of indicator on whether or not we're on the right path or not. Because usually the feedback will be kind of an early indicator of how things will be received by the public. And so yeah, I mean, we got like this game in development. It's in a really comfortable stage now where pretty much like once we get this next kind of little phase done, the game becomes about like adding quests, adding new weapons, adding skins, adding new levels, and like now you have like a good progression where like there's like things to look forward to, and there's things evolving and changing, and new features and new functions are coming out, but like the base playable game is there. And that's kind of what I want to get to, is like a point where it's like we have a base playable game, it's competitive, there's some kind of ranking system or experience system where like there's things to unlock, and then and now you have something that is like you can definitely grow from there. Meanwhile, we have these toys, so anybody who's a super fan has access to toys. Typically people don't have. What, sorry? Oh yeah, I think I'm just running around in Decentraland. I think I went into like a weird sound effect.
Oh.
Anyways, so like having like toys and merch and stuff early on is pretty good, because I mean typically games don't develop that kind of stuff until year 4, year 5 of the game existing. Having it right from the get-go is like really good for cementing like a brand and cementing like a character and a character identity. Like I remember when like Super Mario first came out, they didn't have like Super Mario t-shirts or like any of that kind of stuff until like the 90s. Like they didn't have that stuff in the 80s. And so like I think it's cool that we have everything kind of prepped and created in advance. We get to test our own pipelines. We don't have to like outsource to other people or like license the character out to other brands where like we can't maintain control over like the identity or like how it's distributed or like who it's distributed to. It's like very grassroots, very indie, and to be honest, it's nice that way, because like we can have like a good control over like where the brand goes, make sure that it doesn't spiral out into something that's like not in line with the brand or the community or the identity of the characters. And yeah, just it's kind of like a nice progression this way. But yeah, as far as the game is concerned, like I said, we already pre-built all the components for 15 other levels. So we're starting off with a New York and an island map, and then we've got Tokyo. We've got a Europe kind of inspired map, which is like kind of a fusion between like a Paris, a London, a Barcelona, and one other spot. And we have a cyberpunk map. We have a steampunk map. We have a like an Arabian kind of oasis desert kind of map. We have a coastal Mediterranean map. We have a post-apocalyptic kind of like Mad Max type map. We've got an Atlantis kind of underwater map planned. We have a China inspired map. We have, let's see, we have an Egypt and we have a Rome as well. So we built in like a fantasy, like dragon kind of Lord of the Rings type map. We basically built every idea that we had. We had like 30 artists working on props and designing all the different models. Basically, I would just like generate ideas inside of Midjourney, and then those would go into like kind of an artist pool, and people would just pick and choose kind of what they want to model next and texture next. And we had everybody kind of like working on the same kind of system. Basically, people would model inside of Blender, and then they would sculpt in something called ZBrush, where they would get all the fine details, and they would bake all the fine details into the textures, and then those would then get baked down into like a few different formats. So like a mobile ready format, a PC and Mac ready format, and then like a Blender kind of cinematic ready format. So every prop that we built was built with the intention that people can use it for making their own movies in Blender, importing these assets into other games if they want to create, different worlds and different things, like for example in Decentraland, and then as well for what's called universal render pipeline, and then a high definition render pipeline inside of Unity engine, which is what we're using.
That was my next question. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and so we're using 4K texture maps, and the average like texture occupies like a 512 by 512 size map basically. So what we do is we squeeze a ton of textures onto like a single what's called an atlas, and that way we can get like, if you try to squeeze little blocks of 512 by 512 into something that's 4K by 4K, you can basically get like 16 maps onto a single 4K map, and then it has all the data for like what's called a reflection, roughness. Like it's a PBR texture, so it has like all the different fields like emissive, normals, like all that different stuff. So we're running it on like a very like high definition pipeline. Everything's optimized and like broken down, so the polygon counts like adjust for every object depending on how far away you are from it. So it makes it really, really streamlined and optimized. And then the entire thing is like networked with like a time clock to a server, so that everybody's synchronized and seeing the same thing at the same time. There's no way to like easily cheat because you're collecting data off a server and not off a client. So you can't inject scripts to make things happen because everything's downloaded off of our master server. So everybody's seeing the same thing. So it makes it a lot more difficult to cheat in game, which is something we kind of thought about in advance. There's go ahead.
I got something, a couple things, and one thing, and I'm sure Master Wayne's over there, and Kimbo, who is definitely watching afar and has been chiming in. Decentraland once a year has a gaming expo where they invite games to come in to showcase what's going on, and I'm sure we would love to see the game if it's ready and all the stars align. We would love to host and welcome the game into Decentraland. Cool. And we're, like I said, we're all so grateful. I wondered if you could give them a little tiny smidge of your backstory of being a musician before they get to see the other extreme talent that you have, my brother?
Yeah, so like I guess one of my hobbies has been just music, I guess. I've been doing music for like on and off, I guess, for a really long time, since I think I was like 14 years old maybe. So like ranging from like, you know, being in a band to like producing electronic music to DJing to all that kind of stuff, making hip hop music. I could produce pretty much like every kind of genre of music except maybe country. And yeah, it's just been something I kind of do to let off steam. I kind of really got back into it recently. I'm actually like, I've been kind of working on an album. I got 14 track album that I'm kind of in late stages of right now, and just kind of like mixing and mastering and like touching it up. So something I've wanted to do for a really, really long time, and I kind of took it really seriously. It's kind of like a weekend project for me. So yeah, so music is something I've been doing for a long time.
And also a nightclub owner, right? Like just
Yeah, I ran 3 nightclubs
for a long time.
Yeah, when I was in my mid to late 20s, I ran 3 nightclubs. One of them hit top 50 nightclubs in the world in its second year, which is really, really cool. On DJ Mag, I think djmag.com. Can't remember which year it was, but I can pull it up if anybody's actually interested. But yeah, we ran this thing called Club OMFG a lot of years ago, and we used to throw like music festivals with like 5,000 to 10,000 attendees for like Halloween parties and like summer raves and stuff. So I did that for about 5 or 6 years of my life, just every weekend, just electronic music and nightclubs and large scale like music festivals and like all night rave events. And that's what I did when I was a little younger. Then I got into like digital marketing and like, you know, digital design and all that kind of stuff, building websites and logos and marketing campaigns. And yeah, and then ended up in finance after that. And then from finance to a key called Beast, kind of merging everything I know, and I guess combining, I guess, my entire skill set and you know, the skill sets of everybody on my team to build this project.
And you know, because of everything that happened, I got to jump in and start learning how to DJ and having fun being my Beast. We also got DJ Vaped in here, Beast fam, who comes to support and throw down sets for us. So one thing, like for your Stonies and your Makes and your DJ Vapes, and you've been showcasing, and we're gonna see a treat. There's also something you've been cooking for people like me that I was wondering if you could share a little bit of that, Alpha, because it's so incredible.
Oh, are you talking about the stages?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so a little thing I kind of started in this, like on the side, I guess. I built these like little like rave stages with like multiple camera angles, and it has like a motion tracked component where you can basically be your Beast while you're DJing, and it will like follow your movements of your eyes, your head, your hands, and it uses your webcam and your iPhone to kind of track your character's movements while you're DJing, and you can like turn on lasers and change camera angles and stuff, and it simulates like this like a Brave Festival basically. So cool little kind of thing I just decided to start working on one day, and I was like, this is fun, and I took it a little far, and yeah, it was just something I was messing around with. I gotta do another one of those soon, I think, because like it's a lot of fun.
Well, I think all of us DJs and hopeful DJs have been waiting for that too from the Beast fam. So I'm glad you could share that. And like I said, man, what an adventure from day one. For those who don't know, besides the store, the merch is absolutely ridiculous, you all. I just wanted to touch on that. Like even our hoodies are on chain. The sunglasses, I've got my own prescriptions in, and all of it is just
it worked out
literally to the top. Oh, it worked out great. I rock them all the time on the golf course.
No kidding. That's
I can
sick.
actually see. So for those of you guys who don't know, also when you go through looking through the shop and stuff, just know that quality is as real as anything else that I have ever bought. I rock it all the time, and it's, you know, a lot of it's on chain and given to us. There's so many opportunities to get involved too. Yeah, man, it's just like, and here we are again, starting another chapter, you know, in year 3, and it feels like it's just the beginning. And sheesh, I don't think you know what it means to a lot of us that you have helped us flourish like you have and supported us. You know, all of us come in, you see these hype trains, you see the KOLs coming and busting and just saying that this is the thing. What I can say is this project has empowered me to go farther than I ever thought this old man was going to go. Even my wife and kids have beasts. They all got toys they're ready to open up. And shit, from my family to your family, brother, it is just, I am so incredibly grateful.
Yeah, this project was like one of the main things that we wanted is like to create something that like allows you to inspire your creativity and like never feel like you're too old to achieve something or too like, you know, past your prime to do anything. Like that was always the intent. Like everybody like has that inner kid in them, you know, like that go-getter, that like curious individual that wants to go and like explore music, art, you know, technology, fashion, you know, socializing, like all the cool stuff that you know that makes being alive amazing, right? And yeah, that's what this project was designed for. It's for those people that like want to have an outlet for creativity and be able to just like do cool stuff and like meet cool people. I don't think like I'm a big believer that like no matter, you know, how old you get, you could still have fun. I know a lot of people. I even have friends that are like they're starting to lose that. I think like age is like, I don't even keep track of that stuff. Like, what's my age again? You know, like I'm never going to think about like how old I'm getting. I'm just going to think about all the cool stuff I can do and want to do, you know, keep your mind, your body, and your spirit really healthy and happy. And, you know, you can keep going for the rest of your life, right? With whatever you want to do.
Well, my guy, you inspired the kid in me. It's hilarious. My wife the other day was out with her coworkers, and I kind of stay away from her co-working world, you know? It's her place, and I'm a character. And they were asking, well, what's your husband do? She's like, I don't know, but on Friday nights, he's a metaverse DJ, and he's definitely a beast. And then she ended up running around, and everybody's like, what the heck are you talking about? But it inspired a lot of people to take a look and smile and laugh. And man, through it all, that's what we've been doing. We've been finding ways to solve problems, locking up shoulders, arm to arm. And this group of people just in this room, that's a small look at how many great people you've inspired to be awesome, man. So thank you.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is like, it's definitely, it's like a dream job, dream career for me. Like, I love what I'm doing. I don't want to do anything else. Like, this is like the main thing I focus on and enjoy. And it's awesome to see, you know, it's definitely like motivating for me to see other people enjoy it as well. Like, that's definitely like the biggest reward of it all.
Big love. Sim, what you got, Playboy?
Oh, I'm over here about to mint a coffee mug emote to Raft.
Let's go.
I finally saw him. Like I was looking for him in World, and then yeah.
I figured out how to turn off the audio so it's not doubling up for between like the live chat and then like, you know how there's that 10-second delay. It was bugging my mind, so I went for a little run outside of the building, and then finally figured out I could turn off just that part of the sound, and now I'm back.
My bad. I'm a noob. I probably should have mentioned that. Oops. Okay.
No, it's all good. I figured it out. I was like, there's got to be a way.
Yeah.
It worked out.
All right. I just sent you a coffee GM emote. It was made by Canessa. Go ahead.
Cindy, you know, like how cool the actual 3D, you know, like the blend file that you get with that beast. I didn't realize how cool it was, and I was looking through, and I was like, wait, what? Since the actual BitBeast NFT is just like mostly the coffee mug, and it's just a little head on top. I was like, what would that be? Like, what the heck is it gonna be? And I look, and I'm like, I got to make that as a wearable in Decentraland, because he's basically just like living in a coffee cup. And I don't know, like nobody's done a BitBeast as Well, Miguel Amargo is like the king of it, but like I gotta convert that to a wearable here because we could all just be dancing coffee cups. So Rafs, that is the first. I think the first coffee that was drank in Decentraland is out of that little Bit Beast cup.
That's sick. So I'm opening up my backpack right now. It should just show up in there.
Okay, so in your backpack there should be like an emote tab somewhere. Let me look.
One
Okay.
sec.
So like top left, right next to the backpack, you'll see a tab that says.
Oh yeah,
wearable
yeah, I see it.
and
Right,
emote.
got
Yep.
it.
Yep, and then it should be in there.
All right, let's see. Do I have to refresh anything?
Shouldn't have to. I mean, it could take a little bit. Why you don't see any
Confetti,
assets?
tick, tectonic, snowfall, robot. Let's see.
Okay, so you don't.
Sometimes it takes a minute just like for the transaction to go through.
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
So it might take a little bit, but it's coming.
If I type, I think somebody said you can type in /refresh and it'll like refresh your Decentraland.
Oh, give it a try.
No, never mind. It doesn't work.
Oh, /reload.
Reload.
/reload. Okay. Sick. There we go. Okay, let's see if that did anything.
Right.
It takes like 5 minutes for it to enter your backpack.
Yeah,
Oh, does it? Okay,
That-
never mind then. Let's chill
that
then. No.
Polygon mana, Polygon is that secondary. It takes a minute, but it always gets where it's going. And we've got a few wearables to update you with from our adventure. Also, thank you again for supporting the MetaBeast Roman party in New York. That was so fun to see Beast. It was awesome to see OGs coming out and just really, even if we're not going to do parties, we did do one party, and it was one of the coolest events I ever went to. So one of these days,
Yeah, that party was
We're gonna run
insane.
it
That
back.
party was also insanely expensive though too.
yes, it was. And you know what? If it was gonna be the one, it was worth every penny, brother.
Yeah, no, for sure. That was like definitely like a highlight reel moment for sure. I got to track down like because we streamed that event. But I don't know what happened to the stream. I gotta see if I can track it down or find it somehow.
Yeah, when we got new Beast, welcome Two Tones, what to the family, welcome to DCL. I still take that shirt out. The shirt that was there that day. I hide in a very special collections of the shirt, and it only comes out on rainy days inside. Let me tell you.
Oh, I found the coffee cup.
You found it. Let's go.
I'm gonna equip it right now.
You can like double click on it. It'll probably equip to your number 1 or.
Let's go number.
Yeah, you could like click on which number you want it to go on, and then
There we go. It's working.
And now when you get out of the backpack, just press B, and it'll pull up your emote wheel.
Sick. Yeah, it's working.
The other thing we talked about for a long time, and I think it would be an awesome time with some of the foundation people, is like a real Beast kind of spot to come, jump to the site, jump to the game, kind of like a home for Beast in DCL.
3D landing page.
Yeah, there's just
Let's
we
do
are
it.
really just so much more stable now, and we can really provide an entry to let people really just keep exploring what's possible. And I think today is such a win for everybody to get the opportunity to get a little glimpse into what really happens behind the scenes.
No, it's super cool how far DCL has come too, honestly. Like from the last version to this one, it's like night and day.
Most definitely. And
I'm gonna volunteer. Like, let's put that portal to the Beast side game next to Miguel Amargo's Bit Beast build. Like, let's just have Beast Plaza or something.
Oh, yeah,
I have so many
for
assets
every
too, and
Beast owner.
I'm pretty sure this game Decentraland is built inside of Unity Engine as well.
Correct.
Yeah, so since we're also building our game in Unity Engine, I think a lot of assets would probably cross over seamlessly. So like, if we just provided a Unity version, a file of the asset, like in like the FBX with the Unity format textures, I think it would be really easy to use all the. Like, we got thousands of props, like thousands. of every kind of like world and land and like New York City, like Tokyo, like whatever you can pretty much think up. We have a 3D asset for it. So like, we could easily build like a really cool world. Like we have an entire massive library of stuff already done that we could just import.
Doesn't MetaBeast, don't you have the name A Kid Called Beast? Like we could put that all in a world. Kid Called Beast world.
I have AKCB. I have just AKCB.
Oh, that's great. You know, so basically, Raspy, if you put in a world and in the chat you type /go to space AKCB, it would jump to that game. It's pretty rad.
That's sick.
I think we should have. I'm just gonna like say it right here. Let's instead of an esports team, let's have a B sports team, and we can have a weekly leaderboard of who's slaying. Because I like me some Fortnite, and I'm gonna be in that game. So, you said something about alpha testers. How do people, if they're curious and interested, like, can they put their name in the hat to be an alpha tester?
So
Not saying I'm doing it, but I'm doing.
I already have a form I built for it. Like it basically is just like, what kind of PC do you have? Blah blah blah. Like, how much time can you dedicate to this? Are you free on weekends? Because we'll probably do like weekend testing for like when we start doing the testing sessions. It'll just be like, you know, like a 3 or 4 hour window where we just open up the game and people can like hop in and play, and then maybe give up a little bit of a feedback too, because like that's the whole point. So we can like actually improve the game and just like get out of our own little bubble for a bit and just like see what you know real people think, instead of just like our like geeked out selves where we just like lock in for too long and then we lose grip on reality because we've been in it for so long.
I gotta say, Vanessa's really nice until you put a gun in her hands on the computer, and then all bets are off.
Yeah, no, banana.
I know there's definitely like a lot of I think that goes for a lot of people. Like as soon as you put them in a video game, like their real personality comes out.
That's so true.
I wish we had the little
100% true with that one.
I think that's true outside of video games too. Canessa is a boss girl. Like she'll take you out with an axe in real life.
Maybe.
Definitely calling you if there's ever a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, that would be awesome because I think like every one of us here probably was a beta tester for Decentraland, and like just going through that experience of finding the bugs. Like I bet there's there's just, it's like inherently there's just going to be more little quirks that are found.
Like a wall you can just jump through randomly.
They're going to find all the stuff.
Or you could be forceful. Like the Decentraland community is like, hey, look, a beach. We can't get to it. Let's get to it. And then someone found a way to get to it.
That's awesome. Yeah, we need people to do that for our game for sure.
Well, sign us up, please. Go ahead, Canessa. I saw your mic unmute.
Yeah, I just had to say, like, from a totally different perspective, like, as a parent, I just want to say thank you for, like, sticking by the guns of, well, that's not a good saying for this, but, like, it's a kid called Beast, and you kept it appropriate for, like the drugs, alcohol, kind of the representation. So, I don't know, sometimes I think about that, and it's like, I do have kids, so, like, bringing them into the world of NFTs, there's a whole lot of content out there that's not appropriate for them, and it's been really cool. Like, I've got multiple beasts in my wallet now, like, because I know that getting into this project, it's like a safe one that I can, purchase something that they might want to use down the road for like VRM, anything like that. So I don't know, just as a parent, like, we don't talk about that enough, but thank you for keeping true to like what you set out to do, that these are kids, so what would kids be doing? So
yeah, no, we've had so many people that are like, oh, I want to launch a weed brand. Like, well, no, you're not going to launch a weed brand. There's other brands you could do that with. There's other projects you could do that with. It's just like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have like a kid smoking weed.
Even speaking to that, I've always like, I make videos, content creator. I've always like held myself to not making as many Beast videos because I don't want, most of the songs I think would be cool. They're talking about doing drugs and drinking alcohol, and I'm like, I don't know if this would be.
Yeah, and realistically, like, hey, I'm like, the same. Like, I listen to that kind of music, of course. Like, like, what I mean, like techno music. It's like too. It's like half the songs are like acid, do acid, you know, like. But like, yeah, no, I just for this specific thing, like we're really careful about like brand alignment. We don't want to have the character like associated with like, you know, the wrong things, I guess, for what it is, because like a lot of people are parents, a lot of people have kids. It's just not the right play. And also, like, if this ever does blow up into something a lot bigger, like to be able to get a cosign from like a larger brand like a Pixar or a Disney or like a Warner Brothers type thing, they're not going to want to see characters that have, you know, little kid characters that are smoking joints and running around drinking booze and going to strip clubs, right? Like we already have Grand Theft Auto, we already have a whole separate entity for that. Why would we want another one, right? We're trying to like fill a niche that we don't think already exists. Like there isn't a, like I looked high and low, there isn't a game out there right now that satisfies the need for like a Fortnite type game that is an all ages Nintendo type audience. And Nintendo is a very, very large audience. That's the largest audience for like a family friendly platform for people to be that, you know, play video games with their kids. I don't even think Fortnite is necessarily like that kid friendly. Like there's things in that game that are like, I would say too violent for kids. And I'm not even a parent myself. So like for me, I think it's like, I don't know. I personally wouldn't like let my kids play that game until they hit a certain age. You know what I mean? But yeah.
100%. Speaking of the kids, correct me if I'm wrong, but is there not a cartoon that's going to production? Was that
no? So cartoon. We were test piloting it. We were at like a writing phase. We had like a writer that we were working with, and it turned out like
Oh, Vape, you're
this
unmuted.
whole process is like. Oh, can you guys hear me?
I hear you. I hear you. Sorry, I was telling Vape that he was unmuted. We're getting some. Feedback.
Yeah, no, we were just we kind of like we put it down for now because we realized like doing like a cartoon or a TV series is like it's a huge undertaking. It would basically take all of us pausing everything else we're doing to do that, and I think it's a little too early to do it right now. I think first off we need something that is interactive, something that's playable. We need to build more fandom around the character and the character universe. To a point where it makes sense to actually do a TV series, where there's like enough demand and there's enough people and enough of an audience like looking out for the brand and interacting with the characters and like being super fans of the brand to actually like justify going all in on a cartoon. Because first off, cartoon's very, very expensive to do. Second off, it's going to be very resource intensive, like writing storylines, animating it, building a team that way. It's going to be very, very challenging. It's not going to be something that a team our size can do right now. And then yeah, like I just think that like when it is time to do it, we're going to do it like properly and you know, with something that's relevant and something that isn't going to be like too current when it comes to like a storyline. We need to come up and develop something that's like gonna be able to withstand the kind of the test of time. Like all the good Pixar movies, all the good Disney movies, they have, and all the good like I guess TV series, they have kind of like an element that isn't necessarily like very current and new, and it doesn't like a lot of the stuff they do doesn't date itself very quickly. It becomes like very long lasting because of how they write their stories strategically. So yeah, we're gonna take a lot more time before we do a TV series. It's something that we kind of like put in the back burner. Like, we have some cool story ideas with the writer we were working with, but we just figured it's the juice isn't worth the squeeze right now. We're putting all our efforts into like the gaming side and like the toy side because we think that's like a shorter pathway to something meaningful.
Yep, gaming, toy.
Sounds good. Thanks for the update.
Apparel.
Of course.
I mean, there's lots going on. Like I still have my just like Mick mentioned, the sunglasses. I have a pair too. I had to pick up a pair. And I mean, you also have the Anime Beast coming soon, correct?
Yeah, we have the anime collection, which is, I mean, I was just talking to Sans probably about 45 minutes ago. She's the lead character artist on the anime collection. And yeah, she just basically, she finished up like all the rares, which she's been working on for a really, really long time. And she's kind of just going through the whole collection now, just proofing stuff, just like any kind of edits or revisions, any kind of like final changes that she wants to do. She's just gonna start doing them now. So yeah, very, 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 very spent on that collection. 2 years in total of just like developing the art, which I think is like I don't think anybody's worked on any collection in Web3 for 2 years. And it shows, like the quality of it's absolutely insane. There's like we didn't shortcut it and use like any form of AI to develop any part of it. Like it was all hand illustrated, which is really, really cool. Like as much as I love AI, and I use it for a lot of different things, when it came to this kind of collection, it was something that we all spoke about, and we decided, like, I mean, she wanted to do it herself. She just wanted to like hand bomb a lot of the I mean every single thing you see in that entire collection she hand drew and hand illustrated with like one of those like pen and tablets, like, so it's really a truly authentic like illustrated collection.
Yeah.
And we wanted to kind of maintain it that way. We didn't want to like fast track anything using any other processes. So yeah, so it took a really, 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 really long time to do that way. But I mean, like, you'll probably, I mean, with the way tech's going, you'll probably never see like a hand illustrated collection of that size probably ever again. As far as Web3 goes, I don't think anybody has the patience or the resources to like do something like that, and the discipline to do something like that and spend that much time on it. Like, as everybody knows in Web3, like a lot of people have very short attention spans and they don't want to put a lot of time and effort into stuff. But the ones who do, and the communities who do, they tend to stick around because the creatives understand what it means to be a creative.
Yeah. And what are the thoughts so far on release for those? Has the team spoke about it? You want to take the BitBeast route? Or a whole new route?
That's the toughest question you're asking me right now. Yeah, like I mean, now that it's going to be basically done, we're just kind of going to have it in the chamber ready to kind of like launch when the moment's right. Like NFTs right now are like, I mean, obviously they took a bit of a dive across the board. A lot of the interest is kind of like on and off with them. Yeah, we'll just have to kind of like time it right and just like, obviously not do it during summer because like people have their minds in other places. They're thinking about other things. Yeah, probably fall, winter would be a good time to do something like that. I think when people like start to get more indoors and like back on the computer, back on, socializing online versus like being out in the real world with their friends and families. I think that'll like logically make more sense. And like, crypto winters are typically a lot better. I mean, we've had a fantastic crypto summer. Like, it's not usually, this pumpy and this active. But generally speaking, I think crypto winters are like a lot more fun, a lot more people active, a lot more people online because there's like less to do outside in a lot of parts of the world, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I think either fall or winter would probably be the right time to do it.
Hey, Raph, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Whether it's for that collection or maybe a different collection, have you considered or talked with the team at all about potentially releasing something on Bitcoin ordinals?
Yeah, I looked at it, but I don't know. Ordinals to me, like, and I guess correct me if I'm wrong, but like the way I see like ordinals, like the hype that it had and like the audience that it had, like it completely like died off. This is the first time I've heard the word ordinals in 2 to 3 months, or even read the word ordinals.
Yeah, I probably would agree with you, but it could also be potentially a good way to broaden the brand. If we truly are, an NFT brand, I think maybe putting something on GodChain, even if it is, like a little BitBeast, tiny little thing that just, some people can claim.
I thought about it before. I wanted to like burn some BitBeasts, like all the Bitcoin holding BitBeasts, and burn all of them to convert them into ordinals. But then the biggest thing for us is like the dev side of things. Like we do not have anybody who's like a very proficient, like we don't have anybody who knows a thing about ordinals on our team. There's people we've spoken to who did know about ordinals, like didn't want to dox, which is one of the essential things that we ask for when it comes to working with us on the team. Just from a trust perspective, because we have obviously a lot of sensitive data from a dev side. They didn't want to dox, and they were asking for like an astronomical amount of money, which just didn't make sense. Like we would have never been able to make it worthwhile. It wouldn't have been like any form of sustainable. So we just decided to kind of axe the ordinals idea altogether, because like the thing is, like, yes, if we were just doing only a collection, sure, we could inscribe an ordinal and release it to everybody. The problem is that, like, as you know, with the Kid Call Beast, we don't just do collections. They always have like a functionality to them. So there's an activity, you can hook up your stuff to a portal, you can download your assets, and that's kind of something that we've been like stickler on. So if we were to do an ordinal, it would need to maintain that functionality of like being able to connect to our portal, be able to connect and download your assets, or have some kind of additional functionality feature, not just be a JPEG, right? We pride ourselves on not just a JPEG. And so because we don't have a dev to do that, we wouldn't be able to have that functionality. And so through that as well, like splitting the functionality and making people have to between like an ordinals wallet and then like an Ethereum wallet and then like, something else, because people have been saying, I'll do something on Solana as well too. It just becomes like too complicated, I think. And then like anybody who's like Ethereum native and doesn't know about those ecosystems or how, it would just confuse the existing audience, because now there's like an additional step to having to connect the correct wallet to reach the correct asset. And not to mention, like, inscribing is like for people who don't know what they're doing, and we already have had numerous amounts of like issues in terms of like having to walk people through like what I think are simple tasks. When it comes to inscribing, I could see so many things going wrong and people entering the wrong information, the wrong inscription wallet, the wrong wallet to actually receive their inscription and their ordinal. Like, it's just like, it's not as like easy and developed as I would say Ethereum or Solana, because of like the added like steps and features and things you have to do to make an inscription like work, compared to like thinking about it from like an Ethereum kind of brain perspective. I can just see like a lot more support requests and people like sending things and burning things and losing things and more drains, more security things. It's just like, we just don't want any of it, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel you. And I definitely agree, there's definitely not that many devs out there. I know there's a lot of capabilities that are possible with it, like Pizza Ninjas did Pizza Pets, and there was this whole game with like evolution and stuff, and it was really cool that it was all on Bitcoin. But we all know Bitcoin's clunky. If anyone who has traded ordinals, you're sitting there waiting for the the mempool, and it takes so long. I personally have been waiting for bitmaps to kind of develop as a metaverse, and I hear you can build, but it's just not there yet. So I totally get you. I agree with you. A lot of people are still staying within the Ethereum ecosystem. Now we have Base and some of these L2s that make it so that
like you have Abstract, you have Base, you have like
makes it cheap and
Zora
still
and
within
things like
within EVM, right? So I get you. Some of the so I do a little bit of ordinals, and I would be willing to teach you if you ever wanted to dig into it a little bit. But it could be as simple as having a wallet connect to like a Unisat wallet or one of those top wallets, and then transferring the ordinal to them and just leaving it at that. You wouldn't leave the user to inscribe. That's a cool idea. I've thought about like live inscribing of ETH-scriptions, but I never got around to doing that. And I think that cost goes into it's expensive to inscribe ordinals.
That's a huge one. Cost is a big factor. Like when I was looking at doing inscription for I think it was just 1,000. It was 1,000 BitBeasts on Bitcoin. And having to do it on like a single block that we would have had to mine ourselves to make it actually cost effective, it still worked out to like $35,000 or $50,000, which is like a freaking astronomical amount of money to be able to send something for free, there's no royalty, so there's no way to like create any kind of like volume, which would be just like make us be able to get the return on that, to be able to make it sustainable. We would have had to keep the supply, and have to sell into the market to be able to recoup funds. And that's not something I was ever interested in doing, like selling our own supply back to people. To me, it doesn't feel ethical, and I know like there's no way around it, and that's why people justify doing it with their projects. But like, I don't know, like we have everything we need on ETH, to be honest. Like we just need like rather than go to different chains or different systems, we just need to raise more awareness to people using ETH. I think it's like ultimately the same thing, right? Rather than having to manage multiple ecosystems and like fix multiple bugs across different platforms, it's like for our size of team, like the juice isn't worth the squeeze. And like that's also why I can't think of a single project that's like managing in both inscriptions, Solana NFTs, ETH NFTs as one project. People usually just pick one and they kind of stick with it and grow with it.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree. And the expense becomes on file size, so you could compress BitBeast, and make the files,
make them recursive and stuff, and shrink them, and like
yeah,
do all the
right. But then
at
what point do you start losing quality? And I've experienced that with my own ordinals, that some of them don't look so good. I think the only benefit would be like extreme store of value, and like let's say that in this game you could win a trophy for a season, and that had one extra ordinal that went out, and then as Bitcoin went up, as we all hope it will, those trophies became expensive. But like you said, you could do it with ETH too. So I think I've brought up the ordinals question enough. Thank you so much for entertaining the inquiry.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, there's no bad questions, there's no bad ideas. It's just like, what's the right fit for like our small team size, right? Like we only have limited amount of resources and amount of capacity, and everybody's like, I would say, super stretched thin. Like, because I basically work, like, for example, just to give you a perspective on like, what my day looks like. I typically work like, I would say, between 4 to 6 hours when I wake up, and that's usually anywhere from like 10 a.m. to like 1 p.m. I'll work 4 to 6 hours. I'll take a break to like go to the gym or do something active, do a little bit of hobbies, maybe play a little bit of video games, eat, and then at around 11 o'clock, I start my second shift for the day, and I basically work until 5 or 6 in the morning every day. 5 days a week I do that. So like between like 11 to 5, it's 6 hours there, 6 hours early in the day. I'm working 12 hours, and I still don't have enough time to get everything I want done. Like, I always feel like, oh, I wish I had more time. I wish I had more time. I wish there was more time for this. And like, I can't, like, there's so many people that ask me for like phone calls and stuff. I'm like, I don't have time for a phone call. I don't have time for a meeting. Like, whatever you want to talk to me about, send me a compressed TLDR message that I can just read when I do have a free time. If I'm like, I don't know, brushing my teeth or something, right? Because it's just like that. There's no time to be able to do toys and games and like clothes, and like now we're working on plushies and stuff, and like a lot of different things in the pipeline. That's just like there's not enough time to like expand into too many other ideas or concepts. We just have to focus on what we're doing and just complete stuff and free up time.
And I just want to say I put it off redeeming my physical, but I just did it about 5 or 10 minutes ago.
Oh, hell yeah.
It was really smooth. I burned the NFT. I got the code. I paid for the shipping, and you don't have to ship it right now. You can finish the DJ set, and then you can ship it out. I'm just kidding.
Oh, dude, I'm not even the one shipping anything. Like, we have like a whole distribution center that packs and that handles all that stuff as well.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. No, you know what though? The clothes and the sunglasses and stuff and all the ski masks. Actually, wait, no, skip the sunglasses. Sorry, sunglasses we used the distribution center for, but everything before that, it was me and my wife. We hand packed every single order and we shipped them out to people.
Yeah, isn't ShipStation the greatest?
We didn't use ShipStation. That's the thing too.
Okay.
I would be remiss to say huge shout out and so much love to Elle Mimi, of course, our community manager, but Elle for the designs, the effort, what she does around us. The team folks, like your Knicks and just the people who come in, and not everybody gets to know how much work the people around you do, Raf, and the people who are privileged to have said hello or worked with some of the people on your team are just so incredibly special. Huge shout to Mimi. Y'all, if you all haven't said GM to Mimi, I don't know what you're doing yet, but this team is made of absolute legends and some people with just their hearts on their sleeves who are pushing for us. And I'd be remiss to not just say thank you so much to the entire team and everything they do every day.
Whoop whoop. I definitely have to agree with you, Make. Okay. Drip, I'm happy that you mentioned about minting. I did want to mint on stream tonight, but you mentioned something about a code, that you get a code. Is this code supposed to be hidden so that like not everyone on the stream will see it? I thought I saw a announcement by Rafsby saying like, don't show your codes.
Yeah, don't show your code.
Oh my god, yeah, that definitely don't show your codes, because that's like, you can't forget that we are still on the internet, and 99% of the people online are just anonymous, using a PFP as their display picture. Like if you post your code, that thing is getting snatched, and they're gonna claim those toys, and you're not gonna be able to do anything about it.
Okay, so let's see how far I can take it. It's until the code pop generates. Okay. I'm currently sharing my screen. Whoever would like to help me walk through the mint process is welcome to look at the screen.
I'm happy to jump in there with you, Sin, and we'll tail end it. Also, yeah, let's hit it, buddy.
Let's hit it.
We could get right after it, and then after Raf's set, for us all, I will unbox one of the toys for everybody. I've been waiting on it, but we will get through to the end. But
Okay.
Let's do it, Sin.
Let's do it. Okay, so I'm at my collectibles at portal.akidcalledbeast.com/profile. This is my profile.
Oh, don't tell me you're actually streaming this.
Oh, yes. No streaming?
Yeah, do not stream this. You're gonna show your code off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your code will populate. But yep.
Yeah, you definitely don't do this.
Okay, then
This is a bad idea. Do this privately with Make.
Then never mind.
We'll
probably
do that, and we'll talk people through the process and make a video, Sin.
want the code show. Yeah, we can block.
Dang it! I was about to get a second one for free.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Sorry about that, buddy.
Aw. Oh well. Well, I guess Make. I guess we could just jump into your unboxing in that case. Are you? Would you be ready for it, or?
How about we wind it down for Raf, because I'm gonna actually have to stop my stream. I've been capturing this for you, and I'll restart it for the family in the Discord. We'll find out how to do that. That way, there's no sound issues. And Raf has given us so much of his time.
Definitely.
Why don't we let him check in? Raf, I'll just say first and foremost, brother, from day one to day whenever, thank you so much. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for giving us your time, and thanks for helping DCL shine. The light of the beast has really brought a beacon of awareness to DCL that we are all grateful as a community for. So thank you, my brother.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, alrighty. Yeah, good idea, Make. So, right before my closing question to Raph, it's a good one, I promise. I'm just gonna go around the room for any final thoughts that anyone would like to say. Kanessa, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, just big thank you to making this product that we can believe in. I'm a huge believer in IP, and this one has not disappointed. Everything I've gotten from you guys, all the products have been top notch, and I just after experiencing some things that I can do with other IP, I just think that there's more coming for the beast that we can't even fathom right now. There's new pathways opening up that we can use our IP. So Yeah, I don't know, bullish. Not financial advice, but make sure you got a beast or two. And don't forget the Bit Beasts. Show the Bit Beasts some love. Those guys are awesome. They're so cute. Thank you so much, Raspy, for taking the time to be here tonight.
Thank you.
Alrighty, up next, let's shoot it over to Dr. Drip.
Yes, Raspy, thanks for being here. Thanks for giving us your time. And most of all, thank you for bringing the project into Decentraland and making the choice to continue, raising the flag of this 3D project and staying true to the 3D files and the characters and everything that you're envisioning and building. I think that it was really important to put these linked wearables in Decentraland because a lot of users come into Decentraland and have nothing, and it's going to be really cool if and when Decentraland takes off for a kid called Beast to be the forefront of the beginner wearables for people that maybe are NFT collectors but haven't really jumped into Decentraland. I know we got a few friends in here tonight that are here for the first time and said that they were collectors and are Kid Called Beast for life, but they hadn't been in here. I sent someone some wearables, and I don't think they're still in here, but I wanted to give them a shout out. But at any rate, we might see more people like that, and I think that it's really cool. And I just want to say thank you for having me on as part of this crew that put this together. Rustan, thank you. Make, thank you. One Existence, Kanessa, thank you both. And most of all, Raspy. A lot of A Kid Called Beast has inspired me in addition to the entire ecosystem, mostly the website that you've built and put together, all the features, the functions. I'm a huge fan. I've been a huge fan. I'm also a huge fan of CloneX, and I think that websites and projects like that, whether CloneX is done or not, I think that they paved the way, and I'm just really proud to be a part, and I think that if and when these things take off, that Kid Called Beast will be in the perfect position, and so will Decentraland. So thank you everyone for being here and listening and hanging out. So that's all I got.
Thank you, Drip. I'll pass it over to Meta Beast for some final thoughts.
Same sentiment. Thanks so much for everything you guys have done and are doing. Love the project very much. Thank you.
And thank you for being here, Meta Beast. Really appreciate you. And it's been a while since we hung out, so that means that much more. And let's pass it over to Rustan for some final thoughts.
Hey, yeah, shout out to everyone who joined in Decentraland. Thank you for popping into a very legendary Beyond the NFT. For anyone listening on Twitch, and maybe you've never been in Decentraland and you are curious about these skins that we're giving away, today is not the last day to get a skin. So hopefully someday you pop into Decentraland, join the Meta Beast roaming party with Make, and you'll have the opportunity to get these skins, even if you're not a beast holder. But we do hope that everyone eventually becomes a beast holder in some way. And of course, thank you, Raspy, like everybody said. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your intelligence. Thank you for everything you do to push the community forward. I recognize you as one of the greatest founders in Web3, in my personal opinion, and I'm really grateful and proud to be a part of this community.
Thank you so much. Honestly, yeah, you guys I have the best community out there. So yeah, just keep growing, keep doing cool stuff and having fun along the way. Like, there's nothing stopping us.
Yep. Well, that's the thing. You have enabled us. Through this project, you allow a lot of us to express ourselves through either our beasts or the community that you have built. So yeah, big love to you, Raspy. And I guess I'll pass it over to you for your final thoughts. But within your final thoughts, I would like for you to kind of add the answer to my final question to you. For any let's say for any beast holders out there that don't really know how to contribute to the project, or even let's say someone that is an aspiring beast out there that wants to join the family, what's the best way that they can contribute to a kid called Beast?
I think the best thing to do is just get involved, start learning, and kind of seeing what others are doing. And the best thing you can do is support somebody else. If you support others, they'll support you. I truly believe that. Like, if you make an effort to support the others, the people around you, that support will be reciprocated when it's your time to demonstrate or show what you've been working on to the world. I think that's kind of like I would say, I guess, the ultimate hack. If you want to get it, you don't want you want attention, or you want the spotlight shine on you, it's best to introduce yourself to others, be supportive of others, and what goes around comes around.
Exactly. And your final thoughts?
Just happy that we finally pulled off this like huge milestone. Like launching the toys has been something that we've been working on for a really, really, really long time. And they're finally out there in the world, and it's good seeing them show up on the timeline. We're gonna, I think, see a lot more of them now that 99% of the shipments are out already. So yeah, I think I haven't checked yet today how many we have to send off, but I'm sure it's like another 50 or 60. Yeah, we've already shipped out over 1,000.
Nice.
There we go. 46 more today.
Nice.
And I just I was at 0 yesterday when I cleared all the shipment at like 4 in the morning. So a bunch more came through.
I'm sure mine will come in here soon too. So yeah, keep an eye out for that.
Awesome.
And yeah, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap for Beyond the NFT. Thank you to all my guests here that joined tonight, everyone that was involved within the toys, putting together the toys, as well as even bringing the beast to Decentraland came here. And maybe we have a couple missing, but you're here with us through our hearts and minds. So yeah, really appreciate everyone here.
Shout out to you, Sinful. Always an honor and pleasure being on your show. Thank you.
100%. We love you, Mew. And I just want everybody to know you have till August 22nd to claim your toys. So don't sleep on the toys. Make sure you have your AKCB profile set up, family. Make sure you have your X tethered so you get those beast points. And stay AKCB. You don't even know what it's like being a beast till you are a beast. We love you all.
Love you too, Meg. Love you too, and thank you so much, Meta Beast. And yeah, let's stand by here for a little bit. I'm gonna close down my Twitch streams and stuff like that, or unless actually. Raps, would it be okay if I streamed the set also out to like let's say X, and I have seen some activity at X. Okay. Just making sure. I didn't want to. Okay.
No, it's cool. Go for it.
So okay, we'll leave the Twitch and the X on along with Decentraland. So everyone stand by, and we have a special set by DJ Rafsby.
AKCB!
AKCB for life!